Hey everybody, welcome to Gobbledeygook, the show where we sit around and bitch about our players.
Is that what we're doing?
Probably, that's what it devolves into usually.
Okay, well, all right. I'm going to change up what I thought I was going to do. All right, cool.
Well, we have topics that we bring, but usually it ends up, our players. So,
Yeah, those freaking cheaters.
I'm here with, I'm James Baxter. I'm here with Aldon Everhart,
Hello.
Fortress of Solitude, and of course Joe Cabo,
How's it going?
who has the most amazing shirt on tonight.
Well, thank you.
I'm
Thank you very much.
fascinated by your shirt, Joe.
It's a great shirt. It's one of my favorites.
The lighting in your room is excellent too.
Yeah, well, I've been working on my setup since I just built a computer in the past month, and I'm streaming now. So
Yeah,
I had to get it all set up right.
looks nice.
Thank you.
But that's one of the topics we brought tonight was how to play D&D remotely, because I don't know. You guys got the vaccine yet?
Not yet.
Yeah, me neither.
I can't get it. Yeah.
Yeah, we live in Georgia,
Yeah.
so I mean I'll be first in line.
I mean, I probably could because I'm obese technically, so and that's a valid reason.
I wouldn't say that, Joe.
But well, thank you. I appreciate it. But technically, I'm working on it though.
Well, yeah, then you could then. Yeah, you're March. Yeah, the 12th, March 15th. They're opening it up to.
Yep. I mean, like they're gonna
comorbidities or whatever. Yeah.
But they're gonna open it up to everyone by May 1st. So
That's what I hear.
Yeah, that's what they're saying.
Just wait.
And once they do, I imagine a lot of people will be playing in person again.
That's true.
That's
true.
Neon Goblin won't be because that's a lot of money to stream a bunch of people playing in person. Oh boy.
You just don't have, it would be the camera.
Like
or
what
something?
Critical Role does with all the cameras and stuff.
Screw that.
Oh,
That's
man.
what it does. Yeah.
That's pretty serious.
I mean,
like we get everybody on Zoom and I just up on the internet. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, go ahead.
What if we brought a couple laptops in, muted everything except for your big boom mic? I just want to touch you, James. I want to be able to punch you when you do something mean to me.
James, are you doing mean things to Alden on a regular basis?
Nothing he doesn't deserve.
One, true. But two, it's only on Endless Midnight. All the other streams, he's a pretty nice guy. But in that one, I'm just like, these people are just doing their best.
Yeah, when it comes to Scythia, I try to really try to make you feel something, Alden.
Try to break you down.
Yeah,
But I mean that's a good question, or I think it touches on a good topic of how many games are going to go back to being in person, because I kind of like the online format a lot, because
I do too.
You don't have to drive somewhere, you don't have to work all the downtime of getting together. You just hop on. Yeah. And then,
Yeah, and I was really resistant to doing it at first. In fact, Aldon was the first player I had that had to be distanced, and that was before the pandemic. He just moved out to nowhere, right?
Augusta is not nowhere. It's just far enough away to be very inconvenient.
He moved out to nowhere, and I was like, all right, well, I'll get my laptop out, right? And everybody else will be here.
Where the Masters is every year. It's a very big town.
And Alden can log in it was Skype, right? And that's the name I haven't heard in a while. Now that I think about it,
because it's garbage.
Zoom
there goes a sponsorship.
Well, no.
Hey, if anybody made out in this pandemic, it's Zoom. Let me tell you,
Zoom is amazing. Yeah,
they've also gotten rid of Skype, or they're in the process of phasing it out for Teams.
Good.
So
yeah. So I had a laptop, and I made a little laptop stand, and I had I'm sure you couldn't see shit anyway, but I had it where I could, where his camera could kind of see the battle map.
Well, I could see the battle map, and that's really all that I cared about. I didn't want to see you guys' facial reactions.
And then once the pandemic hit, I was like, well, I guess we got to play remotely. So I learned how to do Roll20, and got a few things, got a couple cameras, got microphone and stuff, and then we started doing the on Goblin, which brought a whole nother set of problems in, how to stream, how to do all that kind of stuff. But yeah, Aldon was definitely the first one.
Yeah.
That we had to do remotely because he moved out in the middle of nowhere.
I guessed it. Not nowhere.
Yeah.
And I'm back now, so we could be in person again.
Well, you're still kind of in the middle of nowhere.
No,
You're so
Aldon's
far.
like, I'm coming back to Atlanta. I'm gonna buy a house in the middle of nowhere.
It's not
Yeah.
nowhere.
It's
like
it's
an
way
hour.
it's way OTP.
It's an hour away.
An hour, yeah.
You know what? It was an hour away for you from me, because I lived on the exact opposite side of Atlanta from you before, so it's always going to be an hour to get to you. So I might as well now. At least I don't have to go around the city. It's just
I don't
farther
know.
away.
Producer Eric and I are probably gonna buy a house pretty soon.
Where you thinking? Where you thinking? You come closer to me.
No.
Come on.
That was an emphatic, quick no. Jeez.
I'm 10 minutes work. I'm 10 minutes away from work, and I like to
I
be
didn't think
5
about
minutes
that.
away from
I
work.
forgot that
know
you
what I mean?
work. You work at the airport. So you
Yeah,
gotta be close
that's
to the
true.
airport.
So I don't know. We'll see. We're not moving.
You
We're
wanna
not
stay
moving
there.
out in the middle of nowhere like you all do.
You want to stay near work, but my work is all over the place. Like I'm going to Alabama tomorrow.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You can live anywhere. So why not
Roll
live
Tide.
ITP, Alden?
If I lived ITP, it would add an extra hour to every trip that I made outside.
Aren't you down with ITP?
No. Nope.
Look, he can get a whole lot of house for
Yeah,
a lot
that's
less.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
At the time, I had 2 dogs, and I still got one.
So I mean, even once I don't know if the pandemic's ever going to be over, but once it's over, I imagine a lot of games are still going to be remote.
Yeah.
You can go on Roll20's forums and you can join a game, complete strangers.
Okay.
So if you don't have a group to play with, like we're pretty lucky. We have people that we know in person that we can play with online, but a lot of people don't have that, so they go on Roll20 and they find groups of strangers that they can play with, which is the source of a lot of those RPG horror stories you see online. I don't know if you guys are in that subreddit, but it's
No.
great.
No, I've never
Darn
heard
You
it.
should look at that
Dark
RPG
gatekeepers.
horror stories. That's great.
Just ruining our lives.
Mhm.
But I like the this is for 5e, the fact that you can even roll the dice digitally into the chat with just a really quick download to your Google Chrome. If Pathfinder, gets their head out of their butts and adds that same functionality, yeah, I'm staying in my underpants playing D&D
Don't
with everybody.
they have that same functionality? It's just
Prove
that you don't.
Prove it. I haven't seen it.
Joe,
Yes, you have. You've used it.
Nope.
Joe, I don't equate Pathfinder with functionality at all.
Oh.
I don't want to turn this into a Pathfinder
Yeah.
bitch session,
Yeah,
but we had
no,
this
I
discussion the other day. I'm sure you saw that, Alden, in our.
But I want the actual, electronic version to merge with my platform, Joe.
Yeah, they
Is
have
there-
that.
they have that? I haven't seen it.
for 2e. Yeah, they have that for 2e.
Oh, 2e. Well, there's
and then the first
There's your
edition
problem.
one, you have to import it yourself.
Nobody likes
Yeah.
2e though,
I
and
don't
you have
want
to import it
I don't
yourself.
want to import it. Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
want
I
No,
don't
you
want
should-
to. I don't
no,
want
that's
this.
so- You're just that's just like I don't want to import. That's just lazy.
It's so long. It takes
Oh
so
my
long.
God.
Yeah.
User hostile.
I've got
That's what I would
things
call
to
it.
do, Joe.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Really? It takes less than a minute to do it.
Now this is like Joe. Joe over here is a pretty good Roll20 user. He was like, "Oh yeah, dynamic lighting, Alden, takes you 30 seconds. I'm over there like 2 hours. This is awful."
Well, to be fair, once I learned how to do dynamic lighting, it wasn't so bad.
Yeah.
And, you might come across that on Sunday. Although
great. You're gonna do
Kristen and Steven might not be available on Sunday, so I might have to do it. We might skip a week, maybe, or do it a
it.
different
You knew
week.
Monday.
They said they let me know
Yeah.
tomorrow. So that's another thing about remote is scheduling.
Mhm.
Like, we were going to do part 2 of our cleric battle tonight, and the gods don't want us to know which cleric is the best. They just don't.
Yeah.
I mean, the gods already know.
Yeah. the one that
They
died
don't
first.
want us to know.
Yeah, it's the one that died first because you didn't explain to her the mechanics of her awesome character.
Mhm.
Look, I just have a lot of surprises in store that I'm really ready for that to finish.
The trick is hide for half the battle, everyone, and then you're gonna win. And that's fair. That's fair. We've had 2 people win like that, so I can't even be mad.
Yeah, all right, yeah. Hey.
Yeah.
I mean, once the pandemic really hit and we were all stuck, like literally stuck in our houses, like I've never played more D&D because we embraced the whole online thing, right?
Yeah.
I learned how to do Roll20. We got people together, and that's saved a lot of us from just complete insanity. Honestly, there were times when I had a game every night of the week for a while there.
I'm still there, baby.
And I don't have anything to do. I don't have anything else to do, so might as well, right? Now I'm back to work full time, and I can't do that. But at the last year, that might have been D&D's golden, or at least D&D Online's golden age. Because everybody was playing so much. But we learned some things about the difference between playing in person and playing online. Like using Zoom.
Yeah.
Or Discord.
And look, it's
or Google Meet. What's it called now? Google Talk.
Google Meets is
it still Google Meets?
Yeah, but
okay.
It's your fault for wanting to stream all your content for like this channel, because I'm telling you right now, if you don't mind me dropping in and out, Discord's way better.
The video quality is so much better. I'd love to use Discord instead.
Yeah, but it would mess up your Twitch over.
Or you just need to upgrade, Alden.
Oh,
your laptop
look,
is
not just Alden. It's like somebody else. There was somebody else. Yeah,
there's other people in the group that have issues, but I've got a wedding coming up, Joe. Yes, I could completely upgrade, but then then you're gonna get some like chicken fingies.
That's great. That sounds like a great.
All right, I'll try and talk her into it, Joe.
As long as we got the little Vienna sausages on the barbecue sauce.
If I can get some tendies, that's what's up. That's all I need. I'm like, what?
She will not accept this.
I mean, all right. Have them grilled tendies. They don't need to be fried. Like, if you want to be fancy, like,
Well, they gotta be fried for tendies.
Have them sauteed or whatnot. Yeah. Okay, like that's fine. But
every time we plan a new thing for the wedding, I'm like, yep, that's my new desktop right there, babe.
Yeah.
Just have it BYO everything.
so rude. So rude.
There were some friends of ours that had a BYOB wedding.
Okay.
And that was one of the best weddings.
Okay.
But
I went to one last year. Eric and I did.
You went to one, like, physically?
Yeah, before
before the end times.
It was about a year ago.
Yeah.
A year and a month ago, something like that.
Yeah, that's crazy.
They had a little wine bar.
Ooh.
And that was it. And I was like, the wedding, I need hard liquor.
Oh yeah.
No tendies either, Joe.
No tendies. See,
I mean,
tendies would have saved it.
Tendies definitely saved it.
I mean, yes, the wedding was very nice. Whatever,
Where the hell are the tendies?
Where are the tendies?
So either way, I will continue to drop out of Discord. So unfortunately.
Yeah, and every time you do, it Okay, so let's talk about overlays for a second.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you guys realize this. Maybe Joe does. He's been doing some research on the thing. But okay, so my end for Neon Goblin is I stream everything, right? That's what I'm doing right now. I'm streaming it myself.
Yeah.
I've got Joe, and I've got Aldon on Zoom, and I've got this overlay that we made that has the cheddar goblin. Because we're gonna call this Gobbledeygook, and we like goblins, so We have the
Ooh.
Cheddar Goblin on there, and we have
Cheddar
our
Goblin. That's terrifying.
we have
Okay.
our Wormwood Gaming free shipping code listed at the bottom. We
Oh,
mention
yeah.
that enough, but it's always on the overlay.
Thank you, Wormwood.
Yeah.
I just watched Worm Life today, the latest episode.
Okay.
Did you buy something and use Neon Goblin as your free shipping code?
Not yet.
Well, maybe you
Not
should.
Not yet.
No? Are you trying to support the channel or not, Joe Cabo?
I am. I will. Don't worry about it. Don't you worry about it.
So I have to make the overlay with Photoshop. Okay.
Mhm.
And then I use a program called OBS to bring in the other sources. You know, I got images, got Zoom, right? All that stuff. And I could do the same thing with Discord or whatever. Discord is much better video quality, but again, Aldon keeps dropping out.
I blame Discord.
Now, the problem is once your window drops out, they all rearrange in the Discord, and the overlay looks like wow.
Yeah.
Or maybe you need to get a separate webcam.
Could be.
Yeah, that's the problem.
I don't know.
We should try it. We should test that theory out. Anyway,
Okay.
sorry. I just
we're gonna get
thought of
Aldon
that.
and Canon. Let's do a Kickstarter and get Aldon a Canon.
I could
900.
I could look. While I may not be able to drop for a whole new system, I could go buy a webcam, guys. Don't worry.
I mean, that's less than $100.
Yeah.
You buy a decent webcam, and that is another thing I would suggest you do.
Don't think that's it.
It probably isn't, Joe,
No,
but you know.
I think it's worth a try. Anyway.
Yeah.
You could see every pixel,
pore.
every pixel of Aldon's face.
They know when after I'd done a face mask.
I need Aldon in 4K in my life just all the time.
So if you're gonna do an online D&D game, right? So you need a webcam. You need a source of audio, right? We all have fancy microphones, but that doesn't mean you need a fancy microphone to do that. You can have a headset with the. Some of our players do that. They just have a headset with a boom mic on it. That works fine. You need some way to meet up together, like Zoom or Google or Discord or something like that. Discord works really well if you're not streaming.
Really great for like if you wanted to put unlicensed music in the background and stuff like that. That's why I want you to be able to do that.
Yeah, and if you're not streaming, you can do that. You can just drop your unlicensed music right in there and play for everybody. We can't do that on Twitch, but we can do that everywhere else.
Yeah.
And then you need a virtual tabletop. I use Roll20 because that's what I learned, and I've sunk some money
into it. Yeah.
So I'll probably stick with Roll20, but there are a lot of them out there. There's Foundry, there's
Fantasy Grounds,
Map Tools.
There's a lot.
Yeah.
So unless D&D Beyond comes out with their own, I'll probably just stick with Roll20 because I've already sunk a bunch into it. You can build your character sheets in there. You can do macros where you have monster tables and all kinds of stuff in there. There are so many things you can do with Roll20 that I haven't explored whatsoever.
No, go ahead.
Why would you go to D&D Beyond for a D&D specific one? I would still keep with Roll20 because it's agnostic to whatever system that you're running. And not to put in a plug for Pathfinder, but there's a whole lot of other games out there that like
it'd work for Call of Cthulhu.
Yeah, but why would you play those other games? I mean, why would you just
well, because I like rolling a D100 instead of a D20, you know, sometimes.
I mean, I'll still have Roll20 if we decide to do some other
variety is the spice of life. What like
melange.
Melange. Yes, thank you, on. Thank you.
I mean, if we decide to do some other game, I'll still have Roll20. But for the games where we're doing 5e, I don't know. I don't know if D&D Beyond is thinking about it, but I've thought many times of like, man, I wish they just had their own tabletop, you know?
I mean, all right.
Yeah.
All right.
So I imagine they're working on such a thing. might have missed their window with the pandemic, but hey.
Yeah.
So, have you guys tried any of the other ones? The other VT2?
No.
Yeah.
You did? Which ones have you tried, Joe?
I've done Fantasy Grounds once, but that was like years and years ago. And then tried to set something up in Tabletop Simulator off of Steam, which like does 3D stuff, but that's really hard to get it set up. It's not. I mean, like you can get really detailed, right? Because it's like basically like having those same 3D pieces that you would at a real table. But yeah, go ahead, Al.
But that's the thing that I've noticed is like each one, it's like Excel. Like anyone can be like, oh, Excel, I don't understand it. But if you get really good at Excel, you can make it like do wonders. And so if you get good at any one of these programs, you can do exactly what it is that you've got pictured in your head. But you've got to pick one and you've got to focus on it and you've got to really learn it. And at that point, once you start down a path, there's no turning back, even if the other ones are great.
Awesome. Yeah. I've heard nothing but good things about Foundry or what was the other one I just mentioned? Yeah.
No, that was me.
Yeah, that one too.
Okay, but Fantasy Grounds. Okay, good.
I've heard nothing but good things about the other ones, but I've got a lot. I know how to work Roll20 at this point.
Yeah.
Just wait till Sunday, Aldon, if we actually do it. Just wait.
You're gonna make us.
And that's like you need maps, right?
Yeah.
A good source of maps is the Reddit r/Roll20. A lot of people drop maps. It's mostly maps nowadays that I've noticed. Every now and then you'll have somebody ask a question or bitch about something, but most of the time nowadays it's just maps people drop in there. We don't use a lot of those on stream because you don't want to use uncredited artists on stream because that's just a bitchy thing to do. But if you're just playing at home and you're not streaming it, there's all kinds of great stuff on there. You can also find maps or make your own. I've been using Incarnate a lot for that.
Yeah, my buddy, he made his own maps a lot on our game we played, and it was very basic stuff. But I was like, oh man, I should be doing that so that I'm not stealing other people's stuff. But then I was like, I'm not streaming. This guy's got what I need. I'm taking it.
If they posted it online and they're not streaming, who cares?
Yeah.
I use Incarnate a lot. I use Dungeon Painter Studio a lot. Dungeon Painter Studios and Roll20 are what I use to make most of the maps for the early parts of Entropy. Yeah. When you guys were in the university, all those maps.
Yeah, it was nice. It was really nice.
Nowadays, I've been using Incarnate a lot.
Okay.
Which isn't expensive if you want to make your own maps. So we need. Okay, so we got video, audio. We got our meeting place, which in this case is Zoom. We've got maps. We got roll. What else do we need to do it online? I
think that's really it.
That's it, right?
If you're the type of table and or dungeon master that wants everyone rolling open faced, you've got to have a program that meets up with yours and gets
I'm personally not that type of dungeon master.
Right, I know you're not, but there are a lot of people out there that are like, well, I don't like it because I want to be able to see the rolls, I want to control everything.
That's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah. See, okay. There's one right there. His name's Joe.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Real Joe.
Because I want to make sure the cheating PCs are not cheating.
Joe,
I'm cheating DM.
Joe, I'm cheating by reading the feet wrong, not by rolling wrong.
Look, I'm just trying to reduce sources of error.
Here's a good question about playing remotely. Let's say you don't have everybody rolling on Roll20 or something like that, right? They're using their dice tray and their dice. Yeah. And you get that player who has gotten like 6 nat 20s in a row. And you're like, what do you do about it? They're not close by. You know what I mean? You can't snatch them up. So what do you do? What do you do, Joe?
I wouldn't snatch them up in the first place.
I wouldn't.
I'd start instituting. I'd let it pass for that session, and then just institute the rolling in the chat.
Yep.
There's tools for it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So you would let it go during that one session?
Yeah. Yeah. And then make him pay later.
Right.
Okay, it didn't start. It didn't start out sounding like Joe Cabo, and it ended up sounding like Joe Cabo.
I've learned from the best, James. The best.
Look,
Joe.
you either die a hero or you live long enough to see yourself become Joe Cabo.
Yes, Joe. I want you to know that this last Wednesday, Morgan was like, I'm kind of getting Joe's philosophy here because one player is talking trash.
She said that on stream.
She's like, sit there and she's like, I'm gonna kill all of you. And it's one dude talking trash, and then like the two tanks are like looking at this jerk who's like, I haven't been hurt at all. And we're like bleeding and dying, going, will you shut up, man?
She did. Morgan said that.
Morgan's
She
like,
invoked the name of Joe Cabo on stream.
You're just mad at that one guy. Kill him and leave us alone.
Mm-hmm.
No.
All of them must feel the pain.
Yes,
yeah,
that's
thanks, Joe. Great.
That's
wonderful. Villains.
It wasn't me, right? It wasn't me.
No, it wasn't. It was.
Okay.
I don't want to say name names, but we
can
know
name
who it
names.
was.
That's what the show's for.
It was totally. Oh gosh, I forgot his name. I'm a jerk.
Was it Kevin?
No, Kevin was cool. Kevin was one of those like, shut up, man.
Oh. I like Kevin a lot.
Yeah.
That's why I said Kevin.
Yeah.
I don't really remember what happens in sessions. I'm one of those DMs that's like stream of consciousness. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I don't remember what happened last time. Barely. What I do when we're streaming is I'll listen to the last 10 minutes of the last session just to remember where we actually ended up, and then very stream of consciousness. Most of it's improv. They're in for it, and thanks for nothing. They're in for it.
Okay, man. It's good.
Who was it, Aldon?
It was Vulcan. Vulcan's player, whatever his name is.
Oh, that's Griffin. Yeah.
Griffin, freaking Griffin. Griffin's like, well, I'll never die. This is so easy. And we're like, Kevin. Kevin's the fighter. Kevin's the fighter. I'm the paladin. He's an artificer. So he's like, 30 feet back, blasting away with his cannon. We're getting torn to shreds. And then we're like sitting there. We're like, I almost died. Did you almost die? Yeah, I almost died. Griffin's like, that was so easy. And we're like, shut up, man.
I got hit once, I think.
Yeah, well, yeah, we're doing our job. You're welcome.
Yeah. Yeah. All they got wrecked. Yeah.
I don't know why it's so hard for you guys. It's so easy for me.
Rage. Just gonna walk 60 feet in the other direction and be like, oh, look, now I'm behind you.
I don't know. I mean, once we can go back to person, I mean, it seems like we'll do in-person games like every now and then, just for fun, But I really think most D&D games are going to be remote from here on out because it's just so easy. You just wander into your man cave like Joe's got or whatever. You just wander in there and turn it on. You don't have to go anywhere.
Yeah, and if you're trying to stream content, like I absolutely.
Well, yeah. I mean, for Neon Goblin, of course.
Yeah, and then you get more play time, if you do it that way, even if you're not streaming it, because everyone just has to get home from work, decompress a little bit, log on, boom, you get the game rolling. So
yeah,
I mean, I don't have this comfy chair when I go to someone else's place.
Well, you would at my place, but
I would.
Yeah, all my chairs are just that comfy, Joe.
No, only
I'll be the judge of that.
Only hardback wood chairs for you at my place, Joe.
Yeah, I know.
and
I know.
or backless stools to make you feel it. Pain.
I mean, I'm good if I have my chair and all the players have to sit in those hard stools. That's great.
I mean, where are you more comfortable than at home? Like nowhere, right?
Yeah.
So, I feel like this is the future of Dungeons and Dragons and tabletop role playing games in general. Is playing online
until we're in the old folks' home, and then we're just playing it because that's our senior activity.
Oh yeah.
Well, then
I don't want to play bingo.
No, then we're gonna have VR headsets. I'm just like,
we'll just escape into the
yeah. It's just gonna be plugged in all the
internet.
time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we'll
And then
just
your
escape into
your body's gonna atrophy, but your mind will still all be there.
mostly there,
No. Oh no.
covered in drool.
And you get uploaded to the internet like a lawnmower, man.
Yeah.
Wow, that's. I don't know if that's dating ourselves. Or I think it is.
Or what's the
Or is
newer
it the
one?
future?
Transcendence with who was it? Who was it?
I didn't see it.
Johnny Depp came out like in the last decade.
Didn't see it.
I didn't see that.
Same
either,
concept.
Mm-hmm.
Is it
Same
like Johnny
concept.
Mnemonic?
No Keanu Reeves.
Oh,
Unfortunate.
I'm
It's
less.
sad whenever Keanu's not in it.
Yeah, I'm less interested if it doesn't have Keanu.
Right?
Yeah, I love Keanu Reeves. Do you have any things that you have learned, Aldon and Joe, from doing? Because you've both DM'd remotely, extensively, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any weird little things that you've learned while DMing remotely that's different from DMing in person?
I think the one thing that there's tools for sharing pictures with your players, but you got to be careful because there's like all sorts of spoilers if you're trying to give them a map and they're like, oh well, what's Z right there, and you're like, dang it, I should have gotten the map without the letters on it, or I hope they don't watch this. They don't watch. Lady Wachter. Lady Walker's picture in the freaking book. She's got her freaking creature draped around her neck. I was like, okay. So I had to scrub out that creature and then be like, here's Lady Wachter. And they're like, why is her picture all blurry? And I'm like, I don't know. That's weird. Yeah, she's got
like, screw you.
You're like, yeah. So.
I mean, I would say it's a lot cheaper in the sense you don't have minis that you are purchasing.
That. Yeah,
I miss
there is that.
And then it's easier to share loot with players. It's easier to share handouts as far as in Roll20 you can have it pop up on everyone's screen at at the press of a hotkey. I mean, yes, I'm sad I'm not able to use my campaign specific miniatures for Wrath of the Righteous, but at the same time, it's so much easier to do things.
Yeah,
it really is. I got into mini painting about 1.5 years ago, and I painted a shitload of minis. We have display cabinets.
Yeah.
Full of minis, right? That I painted or that I need to paint. Everybody knows how that feels, right? Like I have. Anyway,
bunch of minis.
Yeah, and they just fell by the wayside as soon as we went into this lockdown stuff and pandemic and whatnot, But I'm not looking back at all. It's just so much easier, and I can make tokens for Roll20, with artwork online or D&D's like Wizards of the Coast artwork or in some cases even my own. I use Hero Forge, token editor to make our tokens for our players and stuff, and it's just so much easier.
Yeah,
and I can do it in 5 minutes instead of 2 hours painting a mini. I don't know. I think in-person D&D, like as we knew it before, is going to be like an every now and then kind of thing.
I think there'll be a convention draw for sure. Like that will, that aspect will still be pretty strong.
Yeah.
But,
and I think it's so interesting that like I was worried about Hero Forge when the pandemic hit. I was like, oh no one's going to be using minis. And then they were like, here's a token maker where you can make your beautiful character and then turn it into a token. And I was like, they're going to be around for forever.
Genius on their part.
Amazing.
With the subscription, $5 a month or something.
Yeah, they're like, oh man, how are we going to get these people's money? They don't need minis anymore.
Genius.
Yeah.
But good on you, Hero Forge.
Yeah, we love you guys. It's really good stuff. And it gives us artwork that isn't, copywritten.
And you can sit there and fuck with it forever and just come up with your stuff, Do you guys have anything to add to the discussion before we gooch out of here? You want to yell at anybody, Joe Cabo?
Don't want to yell at anybody? No, I have nothing but wonderful things to say about everyone.
Oh, okay, Russ. Apparently you're doing just fine in Joe's campaign. See, I did it for you, Joe. Stop arguing with Joe, Russ. You'll never watch this. Don't worry about it.
What do you like to do when a player tries to argue with you remotely, Joe Cabo?
Remotely? I mean, they just like to argue with me regardless of whether it's in person
I
or
understand
remote.
that, but I understand why they do that.
I mean, sometimes it's just good to be a pig and just roll in the mud. I mean, like that. That's
at the end of the day, you know that it's going to be the DM's call. So I mean, that's the agreement you have brought to the table. So whenever I've got something, they're like, hey, I want to do this, and I'm like, well, that's not quite the rules, but here's what we're gonna do. Like, well, the other day, a character wanted to cast silence before my guy rang the alarm, and I was like, okay, there's no rule for this, but we're both gonna roll an initiative off. This is not the start of combat. This is just me and you. Whoever wins initiative gets to act first.
Yeah.
Did he win? No, I won. I won initiative, so I got to set my alarm off, and then he cast silence on me, and then I let them roll for initiative for the combat, and that was a lot of fun. Just things you got to do it on the fly. You got to meet halfway, and he
can't let those players pull one over on you, right, Joe?
That's right. And I sometimes embrace the contentiousness because I like playing the role of the bad guy. Surprise, surprise. And I mean, sometimes it's just like it helps feed the atmosphere that you're trying to create, and then like that it builds that tension up that sometimes is necessary. And it's always great to be able to look back later and then they get caught up in the moment and they end up making a mistake, and then it's totally taken off of you because they just messed up of their own volition.
Yeah, Joe's the worst because if you really wanted to survive, you got to play Stone Cold sober, and I'm not going to do that. So
yeah, me neither.
So I was just like, all right, well, two of these deaths aren't my fault. It's the booze's fault, but that's okay.
Well, thanks for coming, everybody. Thanks for watching us, complain about things.
Mostly Joe.
If anybody watches this, I hope we helped you in some way on playing remotely. I think that's the way of the future.
Yeah, definitely going to happen.
I think playing in person is going to be a every now and then kind of thing. Mm-hmm. So even though we used to play week by week in my living room, now it's mostly going to be like this, and this is so much easier anyway. Joe can wander down to his basement and get in his chair.
My basement?
That's his living room, by the way.
Yeah, it's my basement.
I just assumed it was your basement.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh no.
No,
no,
Joe
no,
just
no.
lives in darkness,
Yes.
like his soul.
Yes.
Purple darkness.
Purple darkness. That's how the food people know where to go, though. He's like,
Yeah, that's
go,
exactly
go to
like
that purple, go to that
I have
purple
a
light.
note. Yeah. I have a
Yeah.
note. And like DoorDash and Uber Eats, like look for the
Look
purple
for that perp, though.
that perp. That
There you
perp
go.
coming from that
They
through
find
the
it.
window. And they find
Mhm.
it. It's great.
Yeah.
So even once we're all vaccinated, I think online playing is gonna be the norm.
It's good put, yeah. Or no, it's the thing. No,
It's
other-
gonna be the
other stuff's
norm, I
good.
think. So
Well, I think it's also, like people tend to, I would say in this space, tend to be a little bit more introverted. If you were to like,
sure.
and like, I think being in your own space helps people feel more at ease.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like, I think that's just another thing that adds into why.
Yeah, I think it
gonna
probably
continue
does.
to be that.
Yeah, that's another good point. So I don't know if we were helpful or not, but if you're gonna play online D&D, then get yourself a webcam and a headset and a microphone and find yourself a game on Roll20 or elsewhere.
Out there.
Email Aldon, he'll find you a game.
I will. You can join my Curse of Strahd campaign. In
Yeah.
medias res.
Yeah, Aldon could take like 20 players at a time on his Curses Try campaign.
There's going to be 2 Strahds running around. No one's going to know why.
Odd.
Okay, well, thank you guys for coming, Aldon Eberhardt and Joe Cabo.
Anytime.
Yeah.
And
Great to be here.
we'll do this on Fridays when we don't have anything else to do. The gods don't want us to know who the best cleric is, so we'll just,
We know who it was. It was the war cleric.
Right here. That's
Oh, it's
Maybe.
Joe's is going to win, but that's because he's a coward.
That doesn't mean he's the best, though.
it totally does.
This just means he's smarter than the rest of us.
Just because you
mean-
won doesn't mean you were the best,
Wait, what does it mean then? What?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Mm.
Uh-huh.